have a 3-year-old that I have to. That's Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking. Did y'all hear me?
Yeah, we heard it.
Mhm.
It's all right. It's all good. That was
Good morning, kids.
the intro to the intro.
Wait, what? We started already?
Yeah,
I,
we live, baby. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ish We Talk. I am Lily, the coolest nigga you've ever met in your whole entire life. I don't know if you didn't know that, but I'm letting you know that today. I am with the do all be all of this show. I say it all the time. I'm gonna keep saying it, and I'm gonna keep on saying that. I am with Lindsay, the one that pushes all the bells and the whistles. Without her, this would not happen. So everybody, give a round of applause for my co-host Lindsay.
Hi guys.
I am
Hip, hip,
also
hooray.
I am also with the never ignorant getting goals accomplished. Bad mofo that we know
I knew
can
what.
come through and make things happen.
Mm.
Breezy Bree.
And I got your acronym, buddy.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah. You know, I took that from your avatar.
mm. Yes, it is
As
pretty sweet.
soon as I seen your avatar, because Tupac told me that. Tupac
Mm,
told me never ignorant getting goals accomplished was
mm.
what I was. And
Yep.
so I represent that to this day.
NIGA.
Because I'd rather be your NIGGA.
Hey,
Let's get back to the basics. This is the Ish We Talk. I love that y'all are here with us, you ugly motherfuckers.
Hey, how's it going, everyone?
mm, mm.
All right. So let's get all the pleasantries out the way. Um, if you rock with us and you listen to the Ish We Talk, catch us on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and did I say Twitter? No, YouTube. Boom. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, please give us a 5-star review so we can continue to give you the ish that we talk. Now let's get back to basis. What we doing today? What's the topics? How we hit up?
um, well, first topic at hand is the Little Mermaid. So with the Little Mermaid, they dropped a teaser. Wasn't even a full trailer. They dropped a teaser, and uh, a lot of people weren't privy to the information that the Little Mermaid live action is black. I guess only black people and a handful of white people knew because they, only but told us like 2 years ago. But yeah, so a lot of people were upset. All the racism came out, you know, the concealed, the overt, and everything in between. Um, yeah, so yeah, it's
Yeah.
gotten like it hasn't gotten the most dislikes yet, but it has more dislikes than likes on YouTube. Even though they did take away the dislikes, so I don't even see how we're able to see that, but okay. Yeah, but what's your thoughts, guys? Who wants to go first?
Oh
Bree,
my God.
you go first. You got kids.
Well, damn. First off, I think it is hilarious that these YT people are outraged by a mermaid. This is a fish that's not real. That, like, I've seen some of the comments say, well, there's no way a mermaid could be black because their skin, the color of their skin, they wouldn't be able to do something underwater for long periods of time. I'm like, what? Like I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised. I'm not none of that. I figured as much. You know, unfortunately, the European culture feels like they need to have they won, and Ariel was they won. I'm sorry. Oh man, it's just ignorance at its finest. Like, or is anybody shocked about that? It's a outrage that the mermaid is black. I'm not.
No.
I'm not
No.
mad that other people are mad. I'm. I don't know. It's a unrealistic fish. See, now
Yeah.
would like it. Sorry, that would like it. She's older, so she's more so like, okay, it's a fish. Like this isn't real, but okay. So,
Yeah. Lily, what's your thoughts?
Um, I just feel sorry for people that their lives are so fucking mundane that they try to carry on legacies of make believe characters. It just don't make no sense. Like I wouldn't go into uproar if they turned a black character, a cartoon character, white or Asian or whatever to like fit a purpose. It's one of them things where at this point you got to realize that and in the movies or in Hollywood, they're trying to like appease everybody. So yeah, that's gonna fall down due the lines. Um, when when Samuel L. Jackson became Nick Fury, that caused the uproar, and then he became a nigga that everybody loved. So it's like it's one of them things where it's gonna have its buzz, but it comes down to the performance. Now, if she does a shitty job, I will admit this. If she does a shitty job as Ariel, we will not see another black Ariel, or another black character infused in Disney. Like we're not gonna see a black Cinderella if she does a shitty ass. Well, no, we already seen a black Cinderella, but you know what I'm talking about. We're not gonna see another character turn black if she does a horrible job. And that's what it is in a nutshell. We got to let her actually be that character. If she pulls it off, she pulls it off, which is amazing for just Hollywood. And then young black actresses who said, I want to be a Disney character. If that don't happen, then it's just gonna be like shit. Well, we can toss that down the line because she did a shitty job. Other than that, I don't see why people are giving a fuck.
I feel like part of it is racism. Another part of it is that people just don't like their characters changed. Um,
mm,
which I mean, people are people are like that. They don't like change, you know. And but sometimes change is a good thing. And you're right, give her a chance. That's what happens with change. You got to give it a chance for you to not like it. Not just automatically come out the gate like, "Oh, I don't like it." Now, if she does a terrible job, then she did a terrible job, but like give her a chance. She's already knocking it out the park with the vocals on that little teaser, you know. So, and people are really like the Little Mermaid was a big deal, you know. I I just saw the Little Mermaid for the first time like a couple months ago.
really? Care
Shut,
to elaborate?
shut the fuck up. Like, like what?
Yeah. Okay, so if anyone is listening is not aware, I have another podcast where me and my old college roommate we watch movies where we one of us hasn't seen before, and because me and her grew up differently, she watched nothing but like G and PG rated movies. Me, not so much. So if my mama didn't really want to see it, she wasn't taking us to see it. So yeah, Little Mermaid was something that I didn't see growing up. I didn't care to see it as an adult. So the only reason why I've seen it now is because of the other podcast. If anybody's interested, it's called Romy's Reviewed in Movies. It's available everywhere. But but yeah, that was my first time watching Little Mermaid, and I get it. It's a great it's a great, children's movie or whatever. It is, I mean, it is a pretty cool story. And it would be great, to see it with a black person, and I'm just like, give it a chance. I would like to see how they would finesse the story, like, is it gonna still be like, because I think it was like in like the 1400s or something like that. Like, it was a long time ago. So I would like to see how they would finesse the story to see if it's gonna be still back then, because they were saying that she was Dutch, and I'm like, but she's a mermaid. I don't think mermaids have ethnicities, but okay. But and then they were saying, like, I saw this one thing where they was trying to make the argument on why she shouldn't be black because she's Dutch. And then somebody who was actually Dutch came and was like, there's black Dutch people. So yeah.
It's a lot of black Dutch people.
Yeah.
That was dumb. That was stupid.
Right. Right. And the person was like, well, being a person that is actually Dutch, I'm curious to see if you are Dutch, but yeah, so then I saw another meme that said, as many black people as y'all threw in the ocean and y'all confused on why it would be a black mermaid. I was like, that's a great point. Yeah. Like, that's a great point,
That is a great point for real.
Yeah, so I don't know. It I mean it I don't care what color she is. If she do a good job, great,
It's a make believe character. It's not only is it a
Yeah.
make believe character, this character didn't have no impact on the white community. Like, let's just keep it real. It'd be one
No.
thing if they was just like, you taking one of our powerful icons away. Who the fuck goes for Congress and says, I'm dreaming like Ariel? Nobody.
Right.
Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, it doesn't make any sense. The reason why we would probably complain if you made a white Black Panther is because Black Panther in the 70s made a difference in comic books and in a live action that made a difference in what you've seen in a superhero. Those are two different scenarios. We're talking about a story that white people didn't even make. Like, let's keep it real. The story of the Little Mermaid was not born by white folks.
Yeah.
That shit was a folklore, and they jazzed it up for Disney because it's really a tragedy. Like, I can go into what Little Mermaid actually is, and it'll fuck a lot of people up, and their kids are not watching. It's horrible.
Well, you know what? Let's go down that rabbit hole. But before we do,
Mm.
Glenn says you niggas can't swim, so that mermaid chilling on the beach looking cute. Okay. And then Derek says, "Whoa." So yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly what that reference, but yeah. So yeah, so let's go down that rabbit hole. What's the real story?
Well, the real story of the Little Mermaid was, yes, she did fall for a prince. Um, she was enticed by a witch. All this is real to become a mermaid. Now, the thing about that is she had 24 hours to make this prince fall in love with her without a voice. At the same time, this is the fuckery in it. Because she grew human legs, it was a price into that, and the price was every time she walked on those human legs, it felt like glass. It felt like she was stepping on glass because this is not where you're supposed to be. The whole story was putting a person in a scenario where they was not supposed to be and how they endured it. Now, she endured the shit. walked around, all that shit. You know what he did? Picked another bitch.
Damn it, man.
He ended up picking another bitch.
Yeah, so that sounds more realistic.
So not only did this bitch walk around in pain for a nigga,
Right.
he watched that nigga choose up.
Was she able to go back to being a mermaid?
No, she committed suicide by jumping in the ocean, but her she defaulted on the fucking wish and she turned into sea foam. The bitch died.
Golly.
So
Well,
do we really want to give a fuck if this bitch is white or black or not?
I don't think Disney is gonna go down the real story road.
I'm just saying, we want to talk about the real story. Do we give a fuck what area was for real? In real life, the bitch fucked up.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's messed up.
Yeah, the moral of the story of the Little Mermaid is stick to your kind.
Well, that sounds about white then. I
Right?
understand why they're upset. I get it. Thanks for taking us down that hole because that's what the problem was. And it is.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
Again, like I
you
said,
know what? I'll let them have all them fictional characters, all that shit, Thor, the Little Mermaid, because at the end of the day, in the real book, y'all ain't in that.
oh shit.
I don't get it. What you mean?
Yeah, that's
You talking about
that's
the Bible?
another issue we
Yeah.
talk, boy.
Oh.
They're not in that. There's no way they are.
They not
So
in the because they in the real book. Like, come on, man, let's get the fuck.
they're not in that book,
Get
but
up in
so
heaven.
I can understand why they're upset about a mermaid. So you know what? From here on out, I think we should let them have these fictional characters because when they get to it, we the real ones.
Yeah. Well, when you go there, when you say it like that, yeah.
I'm
So
sorry, I turned into Dr. Mars. Umate.
Obviously, you know, I love it when you turn into Dr. Umar, man. But yeah, I just don't understand what we making a big fuss out of it. At the end of the day, it's acting. Show us that you can be a great Ariel. Period.
Man,
Black,
her
white,
vocal, she gonna
Puerto
do
Rican,
hard
and
on it.
Haitian.
I could tell she gonna do good. She looked like the little type of black girl that could pretend to be a mermaid, and she could sing. Like the end,
yeah.
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 I like that they turned her locks red. I was wondering about that. I didn't know if she was gonna have on a lace front, but she doesn't. Her locks are actually red, so that's even doper.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, yeah, because I didn't know either. I didn't know how they was gonna finesse that, but I do like that she still got her locks. Um, it looks like they did something to her face though. Like I
I
don't know.
think that was supposed to be like the water movement. Like,
No, they kind of made it like fish like or something. I don't
yeah,
know.
she do look like a pretty fish. I was gonna say something about that, but
I mean, because the bitch a mermaid. Like, I mean, you
but
know,
the
they
Ariel in the book didn't look like no fish.
because the Ariel in the book ain't fucking real. And
I mean, but in the I don't know. I'm tired of talking
yeah.
about this red-headed demon.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking that it was kind of like, weird looking because she was underwater. So, but but yeah, so that's the Little Mermaid. We'll see. I mean, we'll just have to see, how it goes, cuz right now these people are in an uproar. I know it did go viral what what's his name? Trevor Noah said. Did y'all see that?
I did
No.
not. I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, they have a clip that's gone viral about what he said about it. He pretty much chastised everybody cuz I mean it's stupid. So, and it's stupid that really people are really mad over a fictional character. Like, come on. But anyway, so moving on. So, um in Kardashian news, so yeah, I don't even know where to begin with this, but just in a nutshell, um, the Kardashians are liars. I
I
mean,
mean,
flash, but pretty much they're lying on Ray J, and they've been lying on Ray J this whole time. So what has happened is recently is on the Kardashians have moved to Hulu, and on the show on Hulu they made it a storyline that they Ray J's old manager had went on a podcast and said there was a second sex tape that they had. And so they made a whole storyline about how Kanye ended up getting a laptop from Ray J and gave it to uh what's her name? Kim. And she was on the show crying, so happy about it and all this kind of stuff. And so Ray J is also on a reality show. It's Love and Hip Hop Miami. The the cameras were rolling when all of this was taking place or whatever. And so Ray J, is telling his side of the story. He basically told like, hey, they've been lying about this. I've been the bad guy about this situation for a really long time. It's my turn because y'all not about to keep saying or keep calling me all types of names, making it look like I'm the one that leaked the tape, which is what y'all been trying to do all these years or whatever. And so he pretty much told the story. There was not a second sex tape that he had or whatever. And there what he gave the laptop that he gave Kanye was like old pictures and videos from when they were together and whatnot. So he said it was supposed to stay between them. It wasn't supposed to be out, but they ended up using it as a storyline on the show. So now he's mad. Ray J is in the tech world. He has a tech business. He has to answer to people on a board and whatnot. And now he's married with kids. So he's just like, y'all not about to do this again, and I got kids and all this type of stuff. So what has happened recently is that Kylie and Kris, they went on the James Corbin show, and Kris took a lie detector test where they asked her, did she have any involvement in the sex tape? She said no, and they showed her to be telling the truth. Well, that set Ray J off to go on this rant online to where he pulled up his contract with Vivid. He talked about how they both got paid $400. He showed on the contract where not only was there more than one sex tape, it was actually three sex tapes because Kris made them go back and film another one for security. So they sold the sex tape to Vivid. If anybody that knows anything about Vivid, they're not going to release a leaked sex tape illegally. They're going to make the people in the video sign a contract and pay them. Well, the story that they put out, that the Kardashians put out, was that it was a leaked sex tape and they was trying to sue the owner of Vivid. But the case ended up getting dropped, and then they put out a lie that they settled for like $5 million, which all of that was completely a lie because they signed the contract and they got paid. So yeah, he showed the contract. He not only showed the contract, but he talked about how Kim had signed part of the contract for him. Then he showed handwriting from other stuff of Kim's and had you compare. He told you to Google her handwriting. That was like one of the trending things on Google when all this stuff happened, was that it was Kim Kardashian handwriting. He told you to Google the guy that did the lie detector test. That trended as well. He just pretty much, proved how much of a liar they are and how they've been lying this whole time. Which, I mean, we pretty much knew that, but he came with his receipts. Um, Not only have people been talking about how much bullshit they've been on lately, but Candace Owens chimed in. She's gone viral with talking about them, and while she's talking about them, um she called Kim a prostitute. She called Chris a pimp. And that's pretty much what it is, because not only was Chris the mastermind on getting this out for mass consumption, she watched the sex tape. Now that's gross. That's freaking gross. Yeah, she watched the sex tape, and she was the reason why she told them to go back and do it for a third time. So, what do you guys thoughts about that? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first because it ain't going. I don't. I'm tired of them. It's an old subject. We knew she was lying. I'm glad Ray J had all the receipts to kind of back up. I mean, I believed him when he first said it probably 10 years ago that
Right.
this happened. I mean, it's not these people are ruthless when it come to trying to get famous and all that. So they did what they did. I'm not shocked the mama rewatched it. She's gross for doing it, but you know, she was also in a different type of marriage as well. Kris Jenner was with Bruce Jenner. So I don't know what's going on. But at the same time, I'm not shocked. Ray J, I mean, I was wondering why he responded on it, but it makes sense now because, like they said, he is on like some has a board of directors. He does have different things going on with his businesses because it's old at this point. It's not gonna stop anything. It's not gonna make them not profit. It's not gonna stop they. It's not gonna stop anything. It's just, I guess, him being able to prove his side of the story is true. So I mean, that's it. That's all I gotta say. Cause the shit's dumb. I'm tired of her, them, all that.
uh, well, I guess where should I begin? I don't know. What I will say is we all knew this, like you said, Bray, and like Lindsay said, we pretty much knew that it was some fuckery going on with that whole thing. I want to correct Lindsay and say one Ray J Ray J got they all got 400 grand, not $400. They got 400 grand for that, including Chris. Uh, I I don't know. I'm just done with the whole thing. I'm just like, man, we already knew what it was. Uh, and like they're pushing their 15 minutes of fame for a long time now, and it's getting old. Like I've never been a fan of the Kardashian brood, so I really don't have too much to say about this. I've been knowing those bitches with succubuses and liars, and um, yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, they're a mess, and they can go over there with their foolishness. You know what I'm saying? I don't really think it's gonna mess with their money,
Nah,
for real. But because I think it's pretty much established that people that don't fuck with them, and the people that do. I don't think it's gonna sway anybody no one way or another, especially not at this point.
nah.
But I am happy to see that Ray J is sticking up for himself and vindicating himself. You know what I mean? Excuse me. Um,
I mean, but I just think at this point he really didn't have to. It's like at this point, this is just a another Ray J rant, like when he flashed that on Fabulous. Like it's like we know, my nigga. Like we know. That's why you're able to still make the moves that you made because
mhm.
we knew all that shit was bullshit from the jump.
Yeah. See, it says we've been knew they was liars ever since Kim said her butt was natural. Point. Point.
Exactly. Like
um. Yeah, and she did a whole song and dance on the show about that too. Cause I did used to watch at one point, and I remember that episode. So, but yeah, I do feel like Ray J did have to, say something because, um, him saying something, you know, he went through a lot of stuff when that came out. Like she became famous, she got to the money, you know what I'm saying? However, that hindered him. There was a lot of things that he said that he was passed up on because of that sex tape. You know what I'm saying? So
that
he
nigga was mad because he wasn't getting no more nudes from bitches.
that too, but he also didn't get Dancing with the Stars behind that. That's a bag. That's a bag right there.
Yeah, that is a bag.
Yeah.
But
Um
but that bag wasn't 400 grand.
no, it wasn't 400 grand, but I mean, who knows? He could have been had his tech line way before then. You know what I'm saying? We don't know the potential of Ray J because of this. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, it could be taken away from him because all this new shit that was coming out. Because she made a comment when they were talking about it on the show. She was talking to somebody on the phone and she said, I don't know what he could have, you know what I'm saying, on that tape. It could be that he was like trying to put a dildo up my butt. And she was laughing when she said it, but then the next conversation she crying. She was really like on her actor shit on that episode, and
But
like he had to answer for those comments that he made. We in a different world than we were when that sex tape came out. Especially we post Me Too. You know what I'm saying? You
we
can't make
are
no comment like that.
we are, but at the same time, it's like we seen Ray J got receipts, so it's like if the shit was gonna fuck with him business wise, he has receipts to show that it wasn't that way. Like some things I feel like you don't always have to like explode about, like especially when you have the proof to show that you're not the scumbag.
Right, right. And
Right.
I get what you're saying too, but this is like going on damn near 20 years that he's been quiet about this. So it's only so much that you can take. And I'm not mad at him for being like, you know what, fuck it. I'm done. I'm done with all you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not mad at him because at first, he was gonna handle it in the court because they were in breach of contract, but he was just like, you know what, fuck it. I get it. I get it. I'm not gonna be mad at him for doing that.
I
He
mean,
tired of them bitches. Like,
but see, this is why I see the power move. Because like you said, they're in breach of contract. They've been talking about this. I believe that all of them signed what is that, an NDA or whatever that shit is,
I
where
think
they
so.
couldn't speak on it for a couple years. So that's why I think this is why Ray J really been quiet. He been telling the truth, but he ain't brought receipts. Now that shit is all that shit has a statute of limitations. I think the statute of limitations is up, and he is saying what he needs to say, and he can go back and be like, they been talking about this shit, so them niggas owe me some money.
Hmm.
If he going that way, then I totally understand.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
That
mean, we
nigga's
don't.
been quiet since 2007.
Yeah,
He been saying he say little shit about it like, it wasn't him. It was a mutual thing. That's it. He haven't really talked about nothing until now.
yeah. Right, right, right. This is when he's really like, you know what, it is what it is. So, um, yeah, I can't be mad at him for that. But yeah, uh, we gonna have to see how it plays out because I'm sure it's not done. Um, Next up, somebody else that's just like, you know what, I'm sick of you motherfuckers. I didn't had it up to here, so fuck it. Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj. Uh, yeah. So she dropped a Queen mix of her number one song, Super Freaky Girl. On the Queen mix, she had several new rappers or established rappers on it. She had JT from the City Girls. She had Akbar V. She had Katie Got Bands. Um, and she had some something Mitch. I forgot her name. Something Mitch. Hold on. Hold please. Katie Got Bands, Akbar B, Malibu Mitch, and JT. So they were all on the on the Queen mix. Um, Everybody says that Akbar B killed it. She was the best verse on there. And she took Nikki took some shots at some people. Um, yeah, she took some shots at Megan Thee Stallion. She took some shots at Cardi B. To name a couple. And uh, yeah, she also went on line and did AMP live. I guess AMP is like Amazon's version of Clubhouse. And on there, she snapped. She told everything. One thing that she did not do, however, was she did not tell nobody's name. You know, she snapped on Garcelle. Um, Garcelle Bouvet, if anybody doesn't know that name, that's Fancy from the Jamie Foxx show. She's also on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills currently, and she was on the Real until it got canceled. The Real famously interviewed Jennifer Huff. Jennifer Huff is um, the lady that accused Nikki's husband of rape when they were teenagers. So they interviewed her, and that's the reason why she went off on Garcelle. Um, she went off on a lot of people. You know, one thing she said was about Megan. Well, we assume it's about Megan because again, she didn't say any names. She said that this person was forcing her to drink, even though she had told her that she thought she was pregnant. And she said, "Well, I mean, they got doctors that can handle that for you." So that was alluding to abortion, but everybody assumes it was Megan because there's videos of them kind of trying to, peer pressure one another into drinking, and on top of that, everybody thinks that Megan is a drunk. So allegedly, so
I mean, listen, she fucked with a 5'2" leprechaun. I
yeah,
ain't saying I ain't saying you got to be a drunk, but you got to be drinking a lot.
yeah, yeah. But anywho, so you know, this live that she did or whatever set everyone off. There was a lot of people that were commenting on it. It trended for a really long time. Then she started going back and forth with this blogger called Nosy Ho on YouTube because Nosy Ho said some ridiculous things. Nosy Ho, in my opinion, went too far. She said, what did she say? She talked about her son. She said her son was going to be a rapist because he has rapists on both sides of his bloodline. And she said that he was going to need therapy. And that, when you talk about the kids, that's just going way, way, way too far. And that's the worst that she said, but she did say a whole lot of things. Um, she also called her a cokehead, and that's alluding to this one particular live that she did like a year or so ago, where she was sniffing a lot. And a lot of people said that she looked like, with her sniffing a lot, it looked like she was snorting coke. I saw that live. I just thought she had allergies, but I don't automatically assume drugs with people. So yeah, but yeah, she just pretty much snapped. Now again, Nicki is one of those people that until she started doing clean radio, you only really heard rumors about how she acted or whatever. You never really heard her side. She never really snapped on people, you know what I'm saying? Unlike other artists that, you know, that's what they do. Like Cardi B, that's pretty much what she does. We've known her because of her antics online. And then the music came later. You know what I'm saying? So that's normal for her to get online and cuss somebody out or say something, speak her mind or something like that. Nicki, not so much. So for her to, just be like, you know what, I'm sick of this shit, that rings bells. So yeah, so she's this past week has been pretty eventful for her because she's been snapping on everybody. She's tired of everybody's shit. Um, who wants to talk about it first?
I'll go first. Fuck it. I'm a Nicki fan, so this might be a little biased. You know, I'm a Nicki fan. I'm at the same time I say that, I say this. Nicki Nicki's made some real bad choices in her life. Um, Two of them is defending rapists, like, you know, but that's not what we're gonna talk about. But two of
Mm-hmm.
her bad choices was defending rapists. One was her husband, one was her brother. Um, that doesn't take away from the talent that Nicki is. Um,
Sure.
uh, that Queen mix, I think it would have made a bigger impact if she would have put. She could have had who she had on there, but you gotta incorporate, what's really popping now. And I think that's what I think that I know that's my issue. So I'm like, I get it, people could have did this and people could have did that to you, but you got to chase the bag, you know, because her back's against the wall, regardless of how dope of a lyricist she is. Her back's against the wall when it comes to shit. So you got to know. Sometimes you got to offer an olive branch. Nicki, at this point, Nicki's not doing that. Um, and I think that's just her Achilles heel. Like, I think that's what's gonna get her.
So what do you think that she could have done better with the Queen mix?
I think if she was gonna do that Queen mix, I think she should have had. I think she should have been buried the hatchet with Cardi B. I think she should have been buried that. That's just my opinion. And I think she should have had Cardi B on there. And I also think she could have had another or I ain't saying had to have Megan Thee Stallion on there, but I think, like, to be more, what I'm saying, more relevant for the people, she could have got she could have got a lot of other known female artists to do this.
Uh, um, One person I did forget that's on there is Bia. So I want to say that, but I actually disagree. I think she did. I think what she did was good. Like she got people that the general masses don't know. So for them to be on a record with basically the queen right now of hip hop, that's huge for them. You know what I'm saying? And she's already been on a record with Cardi. She's already been on a record with Megan. We don't need enough. We don't need that. Like, I get what you're saying as far as like a big name, but she's the big name. We don't need no extra big name. You know what I'm saying? And plus, the record's already number one. It can't go no more. So,
but my thing is this, like, this is when you got to take a page out of a like the lyricist rhyme book where you you get these big names and you crush them lyrically. Like, everybody talk about LL, but LL was a master of getting somebody who was big at the time and crushing a verse.
mm-hmm.
Why don't you do that? Like, it's one thing to be petty and it's one thing to be petty and smart. Like, I'm gonna bring your fans over and I'm gonna destroy you.
But I feel like as far as Nicki is concerned, she already did that with Cardi. Like, she had the best verse on Motorsport, period, full stop.
Yeah, but that was like with the whole beef with them, man. That was early.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, with like with Jay and Nas, like, Nas killed Jay, and Jay came back slowly but surely, and then when he started doing verses with Nas, he was destroying Nas. Now Nas got him on a couple, I ain't gonna lie, but he started, you know what I'm saying? It's one of them, like, you just got to show a motherfucker who you is for real. I don't know. I just look at it like that. I'm just different. I don't know if I'm just like, they just being too catty at this point, because I think that's probably what I'm on. I ain't even going to say probably. I know that's what I'm on. I just feel like, because I feel like Nicki Minaj is a fucking lyrical monster. Like, I will hands down say that. And I feel like you also got to show your enemies that you're a lyrical monster on wax.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I get that, but I feel like Nicki ain't got to prove that shit. And as far as her squashing the beef with Cardi, I'm with Nicki. If you throw a shoe at me, it's over. I don't give a damn about nothing. Bitch, leave your shoes on the floor. Don't ever throw a shoe at me in life or afterlife. We are never gonna be cool. Never. I'm a gun for you every time.
They
So
in
I'm
a
not.
different
I'm
league of
not
shoe though. They in a different league of shoe, Bree. I mean, Lindsay.
exactly. So that means that shoe is that much more heavier. You know what I'm saying? So you could imagine what her damn shoe looked like that she threw at her. No. Leave your shoes on the floor.
Like, I would just rather just like beat a nigga up lyrically on the national stage. Now behind closed doors, we gonna get it in. Like, I'm gonna keep it 100. Like, we gonna get it in. Like, I'm a grown ass man. I know I'm not gonna let a nigga throw a shoe at me. We gonna get it in behind closed doors. Like, between me and him, we gonna have this. You know what I'm saying? This fisticuffs.
Yeah.
After that, I'm just lyrically, I'm gonna show you that I'm better than you.
But she's already better than her. And then let's just keep it all the way one. Nicki would not be fighting Cardi lyrically. Nicki will be fighting her ghostwriter lyrically. So yeah.
That don't even matter. The thing about it is, I have to. I don't know. This is just me. I just feel like as a when you call yourself a lyrical artist, like Nicki is, like, you supposed to be like, nah, let him get on there. Let him get the second verse. Like, you supposed to do that. You supposed to analyze it, and you supposed to be like, boom, let me go in. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I play chess that way when it comes to lyricists. I be feeling like sometimes you got to do that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I thought Ludacris was amazing when he said, go ahead and keep T.I.'s verse. And then on Buck's album, and he came in and destroyed that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get what you're saying, but I don't know. I mean, it wouldn't be a fair fight. You know what I'm saying? So, Bree, what are your thoughts on this?
None. This is no. Sorry, I'm not invested in any of that. Cause I know for real. You know what I mean? If I say something, it'll pull all the fairy dust off everybody, and because this is a job for everyone, and that's all I'm gonna say. A job for everyone, and that's it. Some of this stuff they do, you know, it ain't all real, but okay, and that's all I gotta say.
So you're saying that this is a manufactured.
I, if I, like I said, if I told everybody their favorite star's agenda, it'll hurt a lot of people's feelings. So I'm gonna just leave everybody alone. Not necessarily Nicki Minaj. I'm talking about in general in the entertainment industry. Period. These people are getting paid. This is a job. They have to have friction behind their job because that sells records. This isn't real. Them hoes is probably all friends. Like, man,
Yeah.
but okay.
Well, Bree, you keeping it totally 100. I know what I'm saying.
I'm
I
not,
ain't.
I
Yeah,
don't get
yeah,
involved
that
with the
makes a lot
rap
of sense.
beefs and shit like that because one, I just don't. I'm grown. I'm not into that. And two, because I'm not getting paid by nobody to dislike nobody or like somebody. That shit's weird and dumb. And this shit is a job. Like, man, I got an inside scoop. It's a job. This ain't real. But okay, that's all I'm gonna say. I don't want people to. I want to tell everybody Santa Claus ain't real. So let me leave it alone.
Well, you kind of already did that, but
You said it.
yeah.
You said it. You said it without making people drink the Kool-Aid. Like you poured the Kool-Aid and you said, all right, like, listen, before y'all drink this, realize that everything that you believe is fake as fuck.
Mm,
But go ahead and have this because it got extra sugar in it, right? Yeah, go ahead.
right, right.
Yeah. Yeah, you said that shit. All right. So that's that on that. Um, next up, Bree, you're spearheading the next one. So the floor is
Oh
yours.
yes. Fortunately, we lost another rapper. What is it? PNB Rock.
Yep.
Uh,
PNB Rock.
he was tragically gunned down eating in L.A. Famous Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Um, uh, and his video, like many others, are circulating online of him basically dying. And that's why I wanted to spearhead this little conversation. I know it's kind of like morbid from the sugar coat we just did with Nikki and all that, but I just don't understand. It's just really sad because I have so many videos of certain rappers dying for the public to see. It is ridiculous. And I just, I don't get that. Allegedly, they saying his girlfriend gave a location and that's some kind of little text message going around. I'm not quite sure if it's, I'm not a detective, so it's not my job to come up with who did what, but I do know this man died. Um, is it safe for people to show their locations now? You know what I mean? Is it safe to do these things? Because I mean, he might be the, the I don't know what number, but like I said, I have videos of FBG Duck, FBG Cash, um, XXX Tension, PNB. I mean, the list goes on and on. Are these rappers meeting their demise? Getting spread it on Instagram, they become a hashtag click. I mean, what y'all thoughts on that is?
Before we get on that, we do also have a guest um that wanted to chime in on this. He's actually a native to LA. So just want to welcome DJ to the show. Hey
Oh, hey,
DJ.
Salute to y'all.
hey, hey.
What
How
up? What
y'all
up?
doing? How y'all doing? Always a fan of the show. I said it plenty of times, but to
Where you
chime
at,
in,
where you at, my nigga? Because you
uh,
be everywhere.
Are you in LA?
I'm in Wyoming. I'm in
Man,
Wyoming. I actually flew out the day that happened.
Oh, wow.
So, but me and Lindsay talked about it, and I actually I know that area very well, and I actually walked that area not too long before the shit happened, probably like 2 weeks ago. And being from LA, that's not the Roscoe's to go to. Just period, point blank. Like that's not the spot. And the Roscoe's to go to in LA is in Hollywood. You can go to the one in Manchester and Inglewood area, but I can't blame her for posting a location because knowing that area, if you see a Rolls Royce truck in the parking lot, you gonna go and see who's in that area. Period, point blank. And he was on the east side of LA. That's like the most grimiest part. And just driving to that Roscoe's, he should have been smarter. Like, nah, babe, we ain't stopping here because it ain't nothing but grime in that whole area and thirsty niggas in that area. And you know what you got on. You know what you looking at. You just got to be smarter. And the simple fact that he just did an interview a week ago saying that he was tested in LA and he ain't never been robbed. Like, why put yourself in that trick bag? You just got to be smarter than that.
Okay.
So with that being said, DJ. So I was watching something and it was saying how he might have had like some homies he was cool with in that area where he felt like he should go. Because everything you saying is like I wasn't doubting it no way or nothing. But everything you said, they pretty much was like, this ain't the Roscoe's you go to, it's another one.
At
So
all.
and then they were saying how he might have had a big homie or something in that area for whatever reasons where he felt safe. Do you think that's probably why he went or what?
The fact of the matter is, as sad as it is now, these streets ain't playing safe. So you could possibly have a big homie, but it ain't the big homies that's running shit at this point in time in LA. It's the little niggas that got some shit to prove. So you can have a big homie, and if that big homie wasn't with you, you could say a name. That shit ain't gonna matter to the little homies that's there. Like, and I'm from that area that he was in. Like, that's the Swans. It's a lot of enemy neighborhoods over there. So that's not gonna matter if they see a person jewed up, Rolls Royce truck, and at this point, it's like, dude, just give it up. What are you fighting for? Like, you in the wrong place at the wrong time. You're not from here. You're not a native from here, and anybody from LA will tell you, I'm not eating at that Roscoe's. That's the Roscoe's you get some shit to go. I don't know what's up with they chicken and where even people will go there, but hey,
It's greasy.
Roscoe's is not the pot. That is not the spot to go to. Not on Manchester and Main. Anybody and Ice T even chimed in on it. He let people know like he tired of telling people that LA gang culture is not to play with. Like them niggas is serious about that shit.
Yeah.
And
I
we
saw
dealing
that.
with some shit after a pandemic where all these niggas then came up and now they fell off. They ain't playing fair. And if you watch the news in LA, you got regular people getting followed home and getting robbed. So you a celebrity that just flossed your jewelry and all that, and you pull up on Manchester, Maine in a Rolls Royce truck. Oh yeah, you about to have some issues.
And you right, DJ. I have been seeing where, they've been robbing people left and right that's not celebrities. They robbed a woman with a baby and her baby. She had a baby carriage, was just jogging. They took all
Facts,
her stuff,
facts.
everything.
Yeah. Even to chime in on the IC thing, IC did make sense, and I thought about it, and I was like, "Damn, you right." Because IC said, "Man, you got to think about it. Anytime you see him, Ice Cube, or Snoop, like in LA territory, they never have jewelry on.
Yeah, because
You
why
know what
put
I'm
that
saying?
in somebody's face that's hungry?
Yeah, well, yeah, because that's what he said. He said, "Why put that?" And know what I'm saying? Why put that in their face for real? You already famous, so they already gonna know what I'm saying. They already gonna think they can try you.
Hmm.
So
But
now,
you're
you know
not
what
even a
I'm saying?
native
You
from
got a
LA.
$1 million chain on. Like, yeah, now you gonna give a nigga a reason.
So let me
Yeah.
ask you guys this, not to cut you off. My whole point of bringing PNB Rock up, rest in peace, and to everybody that died. How do y'all feel about everybody's death being able to be seen on social media like this? Because, like I said, he's not the only one. We have Nipsey, everyone.
Well, I done said it before, Bree, man. I think I said it on this podcast. If I haven't, then I'm gonna say it now. Um, I'm pretty sure I know Lindsay done heard me say it. being a rapper is a dangerous fucking job now. Like, uh, so it's one of them things where um back in the day, rappers used to talk. They used to rap about being prepared to die. These niggas aren't rapping like that, but they have to be prepared to die because it's certain shit that's going on in and today's scene of the rap culture that know what I'm saying, the outside looking in um are now easily accessible to these niggas. It was a point where, after that whole Biggie and Tupac shit, rappers wasn't accessible like that unless they moved away from their security and tried to be for the people. Like they didn't snuck out. Now it ain't like that. These niggas is easily accessible. These niggas everywhere, they doing whatever. They got their friend from 55th who's a security now. So that don't mean shit because he don't know how to look around a whole crowd. And these motherfuckers is getting touched. And I hate to say it like that, and God bless the dead. I don't want to disrespect nobody. But I'm saying sometimes rappers put themselves in a bad situation.
Yep.
Because they so, you know what I'm saying? Because they easily accessible now. At first it was easily accessible because of the music. Like they can just get on SoundCloud and give you everything they wanted. Now, not only can they just stream shit, they can just walk down the street and the nigga can see that.
Mm-hmm.
And this nigga got on $40,000 worth of clothes and $100,000 worth of jewelry. Like, sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to be mindful for yourself. I ain't saying you ain't supposed to do that. Everybody's supposed to have gifts of, for your accomplishments. You gotta respect yourself with gifts with everything that you do in life. I don't give a fuck who you is. If you a trash man, you buy yourself them shoes, my nigga, because you earned them. So I ain't saying you ain't supposed to do that. I'm saying sometimes you need to make sure that
time and place for everything.
Exactly. And sometimes when you do that, you need to make sure it's at a certain time. You don't do that every day around people that are starving.
Mm-hmm. And the fact of the matter is, he talked about moving militant. Like that wasn't no militant move. Like, and me and my boy was just talking about this. Like, 6ix9ine tried to troll a situation, and he'll probably do some bullshit like go to that same Roscoe's. But the difference is, he gonna go with 5 security officers around
Exactly.
him and make sure he get up out of there. And just to say he did it. Now, we also said maybe PNB Rock was on the same shit, tried to say, oh, I went to this Roscoe's, nothing happened. But at the same time, bro, like, dude, your girl, she couldn't even if she didn't post that shit, like, I'm not gonna put the blame on her. It was just not a smart move. Like me, like I said, me being from LA and a lot of my homies from LA, we will not go to that Roscoe's. First off, that's not the Roscoe's that originated. So that ain't like, oh, I'm at the famous Roscoe's. That's not even the one Obama went to. So, and I honestly, I forgot that Roscoe's was over there. But again, it's like sometimes you gotta move smarter than what you're doing. And just driving in that area, you gonna know I'm not stopping here. Like we can go to another one, Google another one, because this is not the spot to stop.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, even when you think about it, not even, even to get out PNB, it's like, a lot of these rappers, have fell victim, especially in LA, um, to violence like that because, they, in my opinion, I feel like they feel like they have this status where they're not going to be touched, and everybody is easily touchable.
Yeah. Like I said, it's been so many of them that have died. A couple of the rappers was in some ongoing beef in their neighborhood and just didn't leave their hood and died. But the fact that we can click on their name and see them die, like, did y'all see that video of PNB Rock? That was horrible.
Yeah.
No, I kept
I
scrolling past it because everybody posted it
I feel
on my
like
Twitter and Facebook.
It was
social
horrible.
media has definitely desensitized us to see death.
Yes.
That shit is horrible. It's like at times you don't even want to be on social media because you know you're gonna see some fucked up shit. And again, even how you was talking about this industry shit, Cat Williams, he did an interview and he said like a rapper is actually worth more to the person, to the company, dead than he is alive because they can look at the potential and everybody know only difference is PNB owned his masters. So anything that you
Mm-hmm.
stream now that he passed away is going to his family.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's an insurance policy on these rappers. They ain't looking at their contracts all the way. So when they get killed, that's they may have been worth 20 million, but now that 60 million and all that money that they're gonna go is gonna go straight to the company. Yeah, they're gonna chip off their immediate family to a certain extent, but that's what it is. It's not a fair game. And
And I'm
like
sure that they got insurance policies on all their artists as well, so they're going to cash in on that as well.
mhm.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
see that they do, and I found out about that. I ain't even gonna lie, like maybe 2 years ago, that these especially these independent labels, they get they get life insurance on their artists. So
Yeah.
like, I give you $1 million. I'll give you an advance of $1 million. You know why? Because I paid for $1 million life insurance policy for you.
Hmm.
More than
And I'm
that.
uncapitalized.
It'd be more than a million they didn't put on these people. It'd be in a
Yeah,
good
I'm just
amount.
saying, for example, like, and they don't like any natural person. They not even gonna look at that in the contract. They not even gonna
Mm.
realize that these niggas got a fucking life insurance policy on you if something happens.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
it's not just record labels, like companies do that. Um,
Yeah.
I remember watching Capitalism, a love story, the documentary by Michael Moore,
Hmm.
and that's when I found out about these life insurance policies that companies take out. Period, because Walmart does that with their employees. They're called a paupers policy. So, like, if anything were to happen to their employee, they can take out, they can cash
Oh
in on
yeah.
their
I
debt.
already I'm pretty sure
Hmm.
what I do, they got plenty of life insurance policies
Oh,
on us.
absolutely, what you do, yeah.
So it's a fact. I'm just mad at the fact that it was him because he wasn't that rah rah type of. He was an R&B like love singer. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
listen to P&B rock. So
And that's
his
the crazy part
situation,
about that is that they keep calling him a rapper. And I'm like, I've never heard him rap anything.
Nah.
So
he did a lot of features with rappers, but that's
yeah.
not what he was on. And like I said, it was just he kind of spoke it to a certain extent, and he was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. And I'm with Lil Duval because I seen what he. You can't blame his baby mama for that. But I also
Nah,
seen some shit.
absolutely not.
I seen another video right before I got off work that him and his baby mama got into it right before they went to that Roscoe's, and like he said, she never posted locations when they went to eat, and all of a sudden she posted the shit. So it's a lot of conspiracy shit that's around it, but like I said, being from LA, that just wasn't the spot. And he was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. And I said it once, I say it again. Like LA is not the spot to try to go and floss right now. If you go to LA, be low key, do what you do. If you do want to wear your jewelry, make sure you're in a club to wear security around and all that shit. But to go to a restaurant on any parts, you're gonna get followed because niggas is watching. Everybody is watching.
Yeah, you
And
just
that's why the
gotta.
person. Hmm. Go ahead.
Well, I'm sorry, Bree. What was you saying?
Nothing. Go ahead. It wasn't nothing.
No, I was just saying that I was gonna emphasize on security, man. It's like at one point these rappers gotta act. They gotta stop acting like they want to keep it real and they just want to be around the people, and you can't. You're in another level. You can't do that anymore. It's like maybe in the '80s you could be that millionaire that goes to the local McDonald's and you don't get touched. This
Here's the
ain't
difference in what
this,
you said, Lily.
you said
Here's the
what?
difference. Here's the difference in what you said. You're not in your neighborhood. You're in a foreign land to you. You from Philly. You possibly could have went. in Philly to a mom and pop spot and got up out because everybody gonna respect you. Like, oh, he from here, you know what I'm saying? And they gonna give you love.
That's
Even
not
in
necessarily the case. Look what happened to Young Dolph. Sorry to cut you
Right.
off.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Rest in
true.
peace, Young
Yeah.
And
Dolph.
FBG Duck. You know what I mean? He was a Chicago rapper. He went to the richer part of Chicago and got ran up on in front of everybody. And it took him 22 minutes to die. And it's all on tape. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
I don't
Yeah,
know. And I don't,
that's another thing that
I
me and
don't
my
know.
boy talked about too. Like they should have not touched him because if he was bleeding out, you turning him over, he could have choked on his blood. Like wait till the professionals get there.
You talking about P
I
and
just
B Rock?
yeah, PNB Rock. Like they was doing too
Yeah,
much in that situation.
that was
Way too
horrible.
much.
But
They didn't know
they
what to
didn't know
do.
what to do. They didn't know
Yeah.
what to do. That's exactly what I said, Lindsay. They didn't know
And
what to do. I've seen not necessarily where they died, but I've seen some people be shot up, and it's gonna always be somebody that tries to help that don't know what they doing. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
watching all
everybody be
these
like, "Well, just
TV
leave them
shows
alone."
put pressure on it, and that's gonna no, that's not the case. Like you're not a professional. Like it's just sad because I looked at his face, and you can just see like
He was
he
dying,
he
and
know
that's
it was over.
yeah, and
He
that's
just knew it
another
was
thing.
over.
Not to keep cutting you off, DJ. I'm so sorry. Not to keep cutting
No,
you off,
it's
but
good. It's good.
my daughter is a senior in high school, and she watched it, and she was just like, "Why is his arms doing that?" I'm like, "Jaya, he's dying." You know what I'm saying? And she was just like, "Oh," like she wasn't real scared like I would have been if I would have seen that, however many years ago.
Desensitized.
You understand what I'm saying? Like it
Desensitized.
bothered her. It really bothered her a whole lot, but it's not. That would have scared me. I would have had nightmares about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Me at 17 versus her at 17. Yeah.
Yeah.
But but to DJ's point, we're desensitized at this point, you know what I'm saying? Because it's so much. And they're all being filmed. Like I would hate for
Yes.
somebody to film our last moments like that.
Yes, because that was really sad. I mean, you like DJ, you said when they turned him on, you could see,
The
I don't
hurt.
know. Like I said, it's so many rappers that I enjoyed and listened to, and I mentioned and everything. Like, I had what happened to Nip on tape still. You know, what I mean, like it's not, it's just horrible. I brought this up and I wanted to talk this conversation because I really think the day and age we live of social media is sick. The
Yeah.
stuff to do for clout is sick. I think PNB Rock was a clout move.
Oh
It was
yeah,
a
for sure.
robbery, but it was clout. You know what I'm saying? And it's just sad. It's just really a sad deal. Shout out to PNB Rock, FBG Duck Cash, Nipsey, XX with Tension. Who else died? Young Dolph. Uh
Too many to name.
it's so
Yeah.
many of y'all that's on tape. I'm so sorry that happened. And that we can still see it to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hit it right on the nose, man. It's sad, man. It's like
But
we're in this
like you said,
generation where um you can't no nobody's able to reach their potential for real.
true.
Yeah.
We in a day
And
and age right now, like it don't matter. Like I seen another dude talk about it. It ain't about even PNB Rock. If you doing anything successful, myself, I had to stop posting my locations and posting where I'm at or I'm about to fly here and fly there because when I get home, motherfuckers gonna look like, oh, this nigga got money now, so let me press him. You know what I'm saying? And it's just moving different. And again, like I said, I was just in that area the other day, but I know that area. And at the same time, I knew I shouldn't have been in that area, walking in that area. And I still chanced it. Granted, I mean, people may know who I am, but at the same time, people knowing who I am, it could have went left. So
right, yeah, because you look
it's
like Rico Strong, and you don't know if that nigga
yeah.
had enemies back there.
This dude.
Ain't running bro. You like, yes, nigga, I remember you from. You be like, bro, that wasn't even me.
You got me through some nights. You got me through some nights.
All
Y'all
right,
silly.
Lily. There you
DJ,
go.
I want you to
It's all
say,
love, bro. It's all love.
No, I know,
DJ,
I know.
I want you to, because you got the accent. Can you say party? And the word hard, please.
Partying hard.
Okay. Yep.
Party in
I went to
hard.
this party and it was hard.
And it was
No,
hard.
no, I ain't on that. But I know one thing: if
Oh,
we
you
can get
got
it,
it a little brother.
if you want to get down, we can get down straight up.
You got
That's
it a
that
little
LA
bit.
all
It's a little.
day.
You got a little twang in there. We heard it
Oh
because
no,
when you
it's a
say
whole.
time at that time, oh,
I love my city, but straight up, I don't even live in LA no more, and I won't go to South Central LA because one thing that I am glad I made it out of LA. Like going to high school and growing up in LA, that shit was rough. So everybody that want to go to LA and test them streets, be smart. Like IT said, that shit is not nothing to play with. And the only reason probably I made it through is because I had an OG that was looking after me and my relatives and all that shit. And it's nothing to play with. Real talk. Like if you go to LA, just move smart, get in and get out.
Yeah.
That's all
I
I
got
got to
a
say on that.
I can attest to that. I got a homeboy that's a, personal trainer down in LA now, and when my brother went out there and my brother told him where he was at, he straight up was like, "Hey man, tell your brother get the fuck out of there. Like that ain't no
For
place
real.
for nobody."
For
No,
real.
like nah. He just listen. He just got off of federal paper. He gonna go right back. Get his ass out of there.
And again, if you moving like that, you better have something to protect yourself. Period. Point blank. But like, hey, and it's funny because now all of a sudden this old verse from Game came out about Roscoe's, about the jackers, take your chain off slow or get killed. And that's the thing. Like, dude, if you got all this jury on, make sure it's in short and just take that shit off and let it be known. I got jacked. They gonna replace the shit. Ain't
they was
nothing
gonna
worth
shoot.
dying for.
They was gonna shoot him anyway, though, whether he took it off or not,
So my
because
question is,
it
like,
went
was
off.
it a struggle?
Well, they took it. They took the
Yeah,
shit.
they took it.
They took it.
But was it a
And
struggle? Like, did he refuse? Like,
I don't from what I don't know, but from what I've seen from somebody else's like social media outlet, they was like he didn't struggle. He kind of was surprised, and they just kind of let it go
that
on
was
him.
just yeah, that was just that dumb shit. And again, it's a lot of dumb niggas in LA that want to get that stripe. And they probably walking around bragging like, yeah, I did that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like again, motherfuckers just gotta be smarter at this point. Like it ain't if you got money, if I get money and I'm moving like that, oh, I'm gonna hire some motherfucking ex LAPDs or whatever. I don't give a fuck. You can call me pussy, you can call me a mark or whatever. I'm going to move smart to make sure I get home to my kids. Period. Point blank.
Man, you got to when you got money. I remember I went to
Yeah.
it was a little it was a small little event, and it was a cool little I guess alternative music band. I forget the name of it. I went with Jasmine, and like they security was so cold. It was a motherfucker that like tried to rush up the stage, and it was a nigga like in a cool ass beach shirt and like some hoochie daddy shorts, and he like snatched this motherfucker up and like wrapped him up from behind, like both arms, like boom, walk down these steps. Like you gotta have that. You have to have that. Like
Yeah.
it's just no reason like for you to know what I'm saying. I hate to say it like that, but it's no reason for you to be easily touched by anybody when
Tupac
you
said it
feel like
best.
you're at a certain caliber.
He got a whole song saying you could be touched. And I don't know what the fascination is with motherfuckers wanting to prove they real by walking these LA streets, but fuck all that.
I'm
Dude,
not doing
live
it.
your life.
I used to tell my brother all the time, like, bro, if I ever got famous, I would not give a fuck if a motherfucker came through and snatched my chain in Cali. Like, nigga, I'm gonna give it to him. I don't have no time to be on no fuck shit for real. I don't want to do it because like that chain's replaceable. Like you
Hmm.
can't tell my mom. My mama wants me to bury her. She don't want to bury me. I'm not going through that shit.
It's a
But
fact.
he didn't even struggle. It wasn't that. It was more so like he right here. We gonna get him. He didn't. He gave that stuff up. They allegedly he gave it to him. They snatched it off of him. He didn't get a chance to say I don't want to or no or none of that. Is from what I was heard.
It's just a simple fact though. The streets ain't playing fair right now, and niggas is looking for stripes in
Man,
whatever way that they can get. And sad to say, when they get caught, they're not gonna give a fuck. They're gonna do that time, and it is what it is. It's just sad that he lost his life the way he did, because, like I said, he wasn't even that type of dude. You know what I'm saying? Listening to his music, he wasn't that type of dude, and he
I
definitely
didn't
should have
really
been
even know
smoked.
what he sung. I had to have my kids tell me, and once they said it, I said, "Ah, okay, I know who he is now." But shout out to PNB Rock and everybody else that lost their life tragically. I sure hate to hear that. It sounded like he was a good dude, a good father, another black king gone.
Yeah.
Hmm. And
Yeah.
sorry about that.
Yeah, yeah, it's unfortunate. But yeah, RIP to all those. I think it's eerie and ironic that a lot of people that were signed to Empire have passed away.
Oh no.
I'm not going there.
I
I'm
The
just
know.
crazy part is,
saying,
it's like, who's next? Because
right.
looking at this now, it's like Lily said, like being a rapper in these days, and it's who's next. And it's a dude, Simba or whatever from Oakland, and he rapped about how these niggas want to rap about being so gangster, but at the same time, motherfuckers was really rapping to get away from that shit, and they glorify it so tough, and they want to affiliate with that shit so tough. It's sad because
yeah,
when you make it, be glad that you make it and get the fuck away.
I never understood it because I promise you, as much as I love the hood and I tell niggas to be in the hood and invest in the hood, I'ma still invest in the hood. But nigga,
From a
let me get
distance,
millions of dollars.
from a distance,
Let me get millions of dollars. I'ma be my millionaire ass the fuck away and I'ma invest in the hood. Like I'ma make sure that everybody else wants to be good. I'm not about to be there. Like I'm not waking up and going to sleep in the hood no more. I'm gonna just keep it 100. That's too accessible.
hmm
And as much as we have motherfuckers that want to strive to do better for us, it's 1,000 haters and it's 1,000,000 dumb niggas. Like,
right,
and
that's
Mm.
I
a fact.
really want people to know that. Like, it's 1,000 haters. Every motherfucker just gonna hate you. It's a nigga down the street that hates you right now because of the car you drive. It's a
hmm
1,000 haters, but it's 1,000,000 dumb niggas. So that means out of them 1,000 haters, all they have to do is talk to 10 dumb niggas, and they gonna do some dumb shit to you.
And that's a fact, Lily, because I was that dude at one point. You know, I was so lost in depression and all that. I was in that neighborhood where he got killed. Every place, driving in my car, always stayed in the foreign, all that shit. Didn't give a shit, but I had to wake up. Like, dude, this is not the life that you are here for. It's a much more potential. He had a lot of potential, and something as innocent as going to get lunch with your fucking girl turned into some tragic shit. And
That greasy ass chicken, because it ain't even all that. Maybe I had a
and
bad
that's what
batch
I
when I.
no, 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 you didn't, Bree. I tell people all the time, I don't fuck with Roscoe's like that. I don't see what people see. And like I said, maybe that one on Manchester and Maine got the juicy chicken, because every Roscoe's I've been to, that shit is dry and not even worth going back for.
We
So
had
maybe
super
that's it.
greasy chicken. It was like they fried it and then refried it. It was a disgrace. So, I
Yeah,
had to get up
I,
from my table like I was a rich queen. I shan't eat this.
I
Uh,
I
you
never
know.
I never been to Roscoe's. My brother went to Roscoe's when he went to LA. He didn't go to that one, thank God. Um, but
I don't know which one
Crazy
we
part,
went to.
Lily.
I'm gonna be
Hey,
honest.
Lily, that Roscoe's ain't even been there that long.
okay. I was
You
about to
know what
say
I'm
'Cause
he
saying? So
went, he
that's not
went
even
like
a
2 years ago.
patriot Roscoe's to go to. Like, oh, I went to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles in LA. That's not the patriot. The one that
well, the one
you
I
go
went to
to,
kind of looked like it was brown. I mean, it looked like a
they all
old
brown.
house.
They all brown. They keep the same formula. Like I said, if you want to go to Roscoe's in LA, go to the one in Hollywood and Pico, and you can slide with the one in Inglewood by LAX. Never, ever in your life go to the one on Manchester and Main. If you
I
do,
think we
get
went
it
to
to
the
go.
one on Inglewood
I was
because my
about to.
Yeah,
family is
I
from
think my brother
Inglewood.
went to the one on Inglewood because my brother said that it
They
was
still
doing. He
live
was
in
like,
Inglewood, so I
he
think that's
said
where
that
we
she was
went.
because he got it before he called his flight because his flight was at 4,
yeah,
and
it's
so
right. It's right
yeah.
by the airport.
So he's like he was like that shit was trash. He was like, man, fuck chicken and waffles, man.
It
That shit.
is trash. That's what I keep telling people. Like, dude, I ain't
I
never
was
been to the one
little,
in
so I don't
Hollywood.
remember.
But again, that's not the Patriot. And again, LA is not the place to be right now. Niggas is really on some savage shit out in LA.
It's the Wild Wild
South Central
West.
LA. South Central LA. That's where he was at. South Central LA. If you want to go to LA, go to Long Beach, go to Anaheim, go to the outer skirts. Do not go to South Central LA right now. Cause
So
that's
you
not the
said
spot.
Anaheim,
Anaheim,
Anaheim.
you can go to Long Beach. You
I
know,
don't
Long Beach is cool.
I don't know where my brother went, but I know my brother had, he had called us and told us, he was over there where they shot Friday at, and he was driving around there, and he was like, "It's a little club over here. I'm about to go over there and know what I'm saying, go to this club." And my nigga said, "Hey man, call your brother and tell that nigga do not go over there. Like, what the fuck are you doing?"
I ain't been to no club since I was in my 20s. Like I said, motherfuckers celebrating in LA like it's the thing to do, and niggas is watching. They waiting, and they're gonna follow you, and it's gonna be some bullshit.
My nigga just he was like, "Nah, tell that nigga do not go over there. Like, I don't know what the fuck he think this shit is, but nah, he just got out federal paper because that's why he went because he finally got out federal paper, so he was like, I'm a travel, and like he
I
traveled out
feel it,
and my nigga was like, nah, don't go there, nigga.
and that's the sad part, and that's why again this Black Lives Matter shit. It gotta matter to us first. Fuck all this shit because one thing that is true, like, dude, we killing each other faster than the police killing each other off dumb shit. And you got the potential to go do the same shit that you got the same 24 hours that anybody else got. Get on some shit, get your mind right, and make that shit happen. Cause
Yeah.
now you done did this shit and you on the run. You can't fucking. They looking at security cameras. They want to know whether he pawned his jewelry, all type of shit. So
Right.
whatever life you thought you was about to live off of robbing this nigga for his chain, nigga, that shit is over with. And
Yeah.
for what? It's
Yeah.
pointless. Like we gotta really recognize the power that we got within each other and coming together and stop being on that bullshit. And that's just some real ass shit. And
Yeah,
I'm gonna say I'm from LA, but I hate South Central LA because of that reason. Cause niggas really will press another nigga before they press anybody else that walk through that motherfucker. The Mexicans ain't got that problem with other blacks or whatever. I like to say Aboriginal now myself because I don't like to identify as black, but that's another subject. But
Yeah.
at the same time, we got to do better as a people and recognize that we got so many odds against us that this shit is definitely senseless as fuck.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we taking motherfuckers out that, like, for what? Just like how Bree said, they took Nipsey out in his own neighborhood, and that was on some whole other shit. But he was building that shit up.
Yeah.
We gotta be at the point to where can't nobody come to us like, I'm gonna pay you X amount of dollars. Your family gonna be straight if you kill him. Why? No, fuck that. I'm not killing him because he's building that shit up. Nipsey was like the Tupac of this generation, and that's what they were scared of. Because any nigga that can pull any blacks together, no matter what hood, what color you representing, that's a threat. When we come together, that's a threat,
Let's
and
see,
that's the problem.
like I said though, like it's just because you a hater don't mean you ain't no leader. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's 1,000 haters, and them
Yeah.
and all them 1,000 haters got to do is talk to 10 fucking dumb people.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what happens. That's
Oh, ooh, excuse me.
that's the um that's the downfall of it all. at the end of the day, I think, like you said, man, we need to understand that we got to come together on some shit. Like, you
Straight up.
know, I used to go to Texas all the time because I loved how Texas niggas used to talk shit on each other to only them. If you was a nigga from out of town, they was gonna push that nigga CD. They would. I used to go down there when Lil O wasn't big. Lil O ain't big now, but when before he signed his deal with Universal and it went flop, Fat Rat with the Cheese, I think that shit came out early 2000s. Um, it was niggas that didn't fuck with him, but was selling his CD because they bought the CDs from him. So they was making sure that he got money.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was a weird that was a different feel for me. That's how I understood why Texas niggas can stay in Texas and remain millionaires.
You gotta let that black dollar circulate.
Yeah, because they wasn't doing that. They beef was just they beef. Like I might not like you, old bitch ass nigga, but I ain't gonna go and purchase this CD real quick. I already gave this nigga $1,000 for it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like that shit, yeah, that shit changed my whole mental. Like especially back then, like it changed my whole mental of how I know what I'm saying how I approach things. Cause I was like, damn, like yeah, I ain't gotta like you, but that don't mean you don't take care of people. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know what I'm saying. You ain't got a livelihood. You know, I used to tell niggas all the time that I beef with, listen, nigga, I can't pay your bills. So, you know, if it's gonna get into some real shit, listen, I'm gonna get out here before you do.
But here's the thing with what you just said, Lily. I'm in a position where I can put people on to what I'm doing. Motherfuckers don't want to do that. They just want handouts. And that's the problem. Motherfuckers want a handout before anything. Man,
Mm.
we got to get out of
Well,
that
there's
shit.
that. All right, Lindsay.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing, Bree. Lindsay, what is your take on this?
Yeah. RIP to everybody involved. I don't really have too much more to say to that. I've been to Roscoe's before, the one by the airport, and I mean the food wasn't nothing to write home about. It was just something to say, "Hey, I've been to Roscoe's." That's it.
Exactly. I think that's
Yeah,
why everybody goes.
I mean it was cool. Yeah, it was cool, but yeah, it is unfortunate and it is tragic, and they have a lot of people have been saying recently. I don't know why they haven't been saying it before, but they have been saying like being a rapper is dangerous. That's a dangerous job to
Thank you so
have.
much, sir. That's
It's
okay.
dangerous because of what they put out for themselves.
Yeah.
Everybody want to be so hood. They want to rap about this shit that they feel is gonna sell. But if you're not about that life, dude, look at J. Cole, look at Kendrick. Nigga, rap about what you about. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And if it ain't gonna sell, then it ain't for you. Period. Point blank. You ain't gotta be hood. Like I was confused when Chris Brown joined the Power Rules and all that shit. But at the same time,
That was
he ain't
funny.
moving like the rest of these niggas. And again, he end up linking up with reputable people. So, like Lily said, if PNB Rock had a reputable, he should have been in there with that reputable because they could have stopped whatever was gonna happen. Don't just say, "Oh well, I know this nigga over here. We can go over here." Nah, it don't work like that.
Yeah. It's just all unfortunate, and the whole culture, gang culture, like I don't think it's for any of us to be criticizing outside of, the people that are from there. Like we can't really speak on it because that's a whole totally different thing that
And
we
that's
just
why,
don't know nothing about.
yeah,
And I'm
and
and I'm
that's why I can
genuine,
speak
I know
on it
about it. Yeah.
because I've been in it, and I'm telling you, there's nothing to play with. You being from there, you better have your crew. Don't move solo. Not you and your girl.
Yeah. Well, to
I just feel like any celebrity should have some security, but enough on it.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. I mean that would make sense. But also just want to mention as well, RIP to David Arnold. He was a comedian that died. He was 54. I want to say he died in his sleep. They're saying natural causes. I don't know what natural causes mean. when you're 54. But RIP to him. I mean, he's pretty funny. He has a Netflix special. He also was a showrunner for, I want to say, a show that's on Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Um,
He sure was. That girl
yeah,
Lele.
Yeah.
yeah. So, he also, did classes, and he was booked and busy. He stayed booked and busy. His Instagram was pretty entertaining. He talked a lot about his life. He had a wife and two kids and stuff. I've been following him since his Netflix special came out. So RIP to him. Also Jesse Powell
Yeah,
passed away.
that
He
hurt.
was 51.
It's the
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, like you was huge in the late 90s. He was a singer, and
Man.
yeah, he died. They didn't say what he died of, but people are
Cardiac
speculating
arrest.
it was
It was
cancer.
cardiac. No, it was cardiac arrest.
It
He
was
had a heart
cardiac
attack.
arrest.
He had a heart attack.
Oh, well, they said he was sick, so
Yeah, that's
um,
what they said it was. Cardiac arrest.
yeah, but they say he was around family and stuff. So
Hey, he died in his home. That's
yeah,
the
he
best
died
way to
in his,
go, I guess.
yeah, yeah, and he's been, ever since he had his fame or whatnot, he's been pretty low key. Been staying out the way. He didn't have social media or nothing like that. So but yeah, so RIP to him as well. Now on to the fucked up song of the week. So we're sticking with Usher. Last week we did Confessions Part 1. Now we're doing Confessions Part 2. Who
Hmm.
wants to read it?
I can read it.
Okay, I'll send it to
Send it.
you.
I was about to say, send it to me.
Yeah, I'll send it
Um,
to you right now.
Somebody's at my door. Let me take a quick step out.
All right. All right. So while he's gone, again, if you haven't already, go on ahead and follow us on all social media platforms. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, and we are on Facebook. And then you can also listen to the show on Stitcher, on YouTube, on Apple Music, Amazon Music, and Spotify. I believe that's all of them.
You got it.
Yeah. Yeah. So so um yeah, so with Confessions came out in 2004. Um the album was called Confessions as well. It went a million in a week. And this is this is like his biggest album. And he's had some pretty big albums. I don't know if anybody knows, but his other album, My Way, which was his second album, it the 25th anniversary was yesterday, and he re-released it, and he redid the cover. So
To do what? To as him
he
now or
yes, as him now, he redid the cover. So he did like it's the same, it's the same
that
everything, and it's him now. And the only real difference you can tell is that he got a mustache. Like he's barely aged at all. So thought that was pretty cool. Um, but
Shout
did
out
you
to
get?
Usher. I fucks with Usher, man. Usher is just a dope artist, and
Yeah,
you know, he just, he just crushes it like as an entertainer. So
yeah, he does.
shouts out to Usher for real.
Right, and if anybody gets a
how old is
chance, he
Usher?
does have. Usher's in his 40s. I want to say he was born in 78, so that would make him that he's
Oh,
about to be
okay.
44. But he's a Libra. He's October Libra. So yeah, but I just saw him a couple weeks ago in Vegas at his residency. So if anybody ever gets the chance to see him in live, period, but at his residency, I would suggest you go see him. That was my second time seeing him because I saw him at the OMG tour in 2010, and now I'm seeing him. Now I have seen him at his residency. So yeah, that's one entertainer that you have to see before you die. And he did extend the residency to 2023. So Yeah, I'm going back, but yeah. So Lily, are you ready?
I am. But say somebody vacuuming. What the fuck was
I heard that,
Don't
but
mind me. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I said I'm in Wyoming by a damn train track. So
I got
you
you.
know,
I got you. So this is going to be Confessions Part 2. Um, I'm gonna keep my vibe as I always. I can't do it as myself. I'm gonna do it as Paul Mooney.
no.
Yeah.
not the
So
great Paul Mooney.
not the great Paul Mooney. I am a horrible impressionist, but just cause I gotta make something happen. So these are Confessions Part 2. Intro.
Now we're
Oh, shit.
Lindsay got her popcorn ready.
Uh, watch this. Chorus. These are my confessions. Just when I thought I said all I could say, my chick on the side, this bitch, said she's got
Read,
one
No,
on
you
read
me.
it,
can't. You can't.
read
You
it,
can't add words. You
read
can't
it,
add words.
read it
Come
now.
on.
Read it
I have
right.
to be Paul Mooney. I'm Paul Mooney, y'all.
No,
He
no,
want to
read
add
it
words
right.
and shit. Come
I'm
Read
on,
it
Paul
man.
right.
Mooney. I'm Paul
No,
Mooney.
read it right.
These are my confessions. Man, I'm thrilled. I don't know what to do. I guess I gotta give you part 2 of my confessions. If I'm going to tell it, then I'm going to tell it all. All. Damn near cried when I got the phone call. I'm so thrilled. I don't know what to do but to give you part 2 of my confessions. Verse 1. Now, this is going to be the hardest thing I think I ever had to do. Got me talking to myself, asking how I'm going to tell you. About the chick on part 1 I told you I was creeping with. Creeping with. Said she's 3 months pregnant. And she's keeping it. The first thing that came to my mind was you. Second thing was, how do I know if it's mine and if it's true? The third thing is me wishing that I never did what I did. How I ain't ready for a kid, and bye-bye to our relationship. Chorus. These are my fucking confessions. Verse 1. What are your thoughts on verse 1?
You gotta keep reading it.
Yeah, you gotta just do that whole
Do
song. You just gotta do the
y'all
whole
want me to
song,
do the
bro.
chorus again?
No, no, we
Nah,
know the
just say
chorus.
All right,
chorus
Just
and
know the
then
chorus.
do read
chorus
the
and
verse.
then read the
Read
verse.
verse
Verse,
2.
verse 2. Sitting here stuck on stupid, trying to figure out when, what, and how I'm gonna let this come out of my mouth. Said it ain't gonna be easy, but I need to stop thinking, contemplating, be a man and get it over with. I'm riding in my whip. Lord, you know I'm racing to her place. Talking to myself, preparing me to tell her to her face. She opened up the door and oh God, Jesus Christ. I didn't want to come near me. She didn't want to come near me. I said, 1 second, baby. Please hear me. Chorus. Interlude.
Oh my god.
This by far is the hardest thing I ever had to do. To tell you, the woman that I love, that I'm having a baby with a woman that I barely even know. I don't know where the bitch came from. The bitch just popped up.
Uh,
Stick to the lyrics.
I
that's
hope
not in the lyrics.
I hope you can accept the fact
He better
that
have people go listen to the song like he said that.
I hope that you can accept the fact that I'm man enough to tell you this and telling you, give me another chance. And hopefully I'm telling you, Give me another chance. This ain't about my career. This ain't about my life. This is about us. Please, end the call. These are my
These are my confessions.
She found out I had another bitch, and the bitch was pregnant. Now I don't know if the little motherfucker is mine, but I have to do what I have to do. If y'all know me, Lord Jesus, I wasn't even checking for her. I was checking for her brother. What?
Whoa.
Yeah, I fucking said it.
And
See, for real. Well.
Hey man, everybody knew Paul Mooney was gay. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, R.I.P. to Paul Mooney. Yeah.
R.I.P. to the late great Paul Mooney.
For sure.
If you in heaven and you see me do that, man, I try to do it in the best of my ability.
People like, nigga, you fucked it up.
You fucked it up.
Right.
You try. I give you the try. You fucked it up.
It's owls in my tree.
That's crazy.
That was random. Okay. All right. So
I'm sorry, y'all. It
This
is
motherfucker always sidebar, you know, we take lefts. This motherfucker always be like, look at that goddamn dog. That goddamn dog drinking water at the boat.
Right.
No, it really is owls in my tree, and there's two of them. Ugh. I don't know what they're doing.
Pops?
I don't know what they're doing. They are not. Me and one owl looked right at each other in the eye. It was weird.
He said, who?
I didn't like it. Well, he need to leave. I'll tell him who, and then he can go.
All right. So confessions. Thoughts.
That was some bullshit. That was a real toxic sound. It was horrible. Imagine, your man, y'all just kicking it, and then he just bust out the blue. I got a baby on the way, but girl, I barely even know. I'm sorry. I mean, and the video was dope because that girl smacked the shit out of him in that video.
Oh yeah, that was real.
Confessions was a big part of my life. It was when I met somebody that I really was into and we procreated. So that whole CD is sentimental to me. So I really like that song.
You know, I never knew he said 1 second, baby, please hear me. I always thought he said, "Why me, baby?"
We listen to it to where when we finally heard the first confessions, it was on somebody's mixtape, and I was like, "This ain't real." And I was like, "Yes, it is," because the first confessions didn't have the first one on it. The first run of CDs didn't have Confessions Part 1
with the second one first.
Yeah, and then when we heard the first one on a mixtape of somebody's, we was like, "That's hard too." So, but yep, Usher, you know. What can I say? He's amazing.
He basically capitalized on many situations in the Aboriginal community.
He capitalized on fucking JD cheating on Janet fucking Jackson.
I wouldn't say that.
Chili, not Janet.
Now he was with
Hey,
Chili.
at the end of the day, this is what I say.
Oh, Usher was with
when
Chili.
You want to play.
That was what you call it?
I was about to say. That song was wrote because of Janet and JD.
Right. But when it came out, everybody thought it was Chili and Usher's situation.
No.
They did. I did.
Yeah. And Chili had to come out.
Of course.
Because they had just broke up.
Uh-huh.
They had just broke up when that album, right before that album came out. So everybody thought it was their situation. And Chili had to come out and be like, ain't nobody had no baby on me.
Right. Because he didn't even have no kids at that point.
Right.
So, he had that you ain't got to call shit for Chili.
Yeah. Right. That was not Let It Burn. What was it that
it was Let It Burn. No. It was Let It Burn. It was Let It Burn.
What was it on the other song where it
was You Got It Bad.
Yeah, you got it bad.
She was in the video.
When you're on the phone, you hang up.
Well, back to this confession.
Right.
Oh boy.
We
What
just
have we
going
The
been
downhill.
in?
confessions?
Yeah. Mhm.
Well, we was just explaining how toxic
No, no,
Usher
yeah.
can be.
His writers could be. I mean, Usher,
Yeah.
yeah, you know, he could be.
I
No,
feel
But
like
he's
you want
toxic.
to say something, DJ, about confessions.
uh
These are your
I already know what he want to
confessions.
say.
my
I
confessions.
already know what he gonna say
No,
about
no,
Usher.
you don't.
Just
No,
let the
no.
man rest.
No, 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 no. I have nothing to say about Usher. All I
Yeah.
can say is that was a real song, and I've always said if you're and putting yourself in that position, be prepared for the consequences. And what's sad is like I've witnessed. I'm not personal of it, but shit, 9 times out of 10, the girl's still gonna stay. It's gonna be a toxic type of situation, but
Now, DJ,
hey,
who
it's a
told you
fucked up.
that?
Nobody told me. I've witnessed this shit. I've
The girl
witnessed it.
stayed.
No,
With a
no, I'm just saying
baby?
in general, in the community of the Aboriginals,
Oh,
they end
okay,
up
yeah.
staying. You know what I'm
That
saying? But
But
some
9 times
some
out of 10, when a
Aboriginal
baby's
women,
involved,
some Aboriginal women have stayed. Some of them are our
not
correct,
grandmothers.
correct.
Look, some of them are our
All our
great
You know what I'm
grandmothers.
grandmothers.
saying?
Let's kick that. Let's throw that out the window. All our grandmothers stayed
yeah. But a baby though.
Yeah, with a baby,
with a baby.
But 9 times
all
out of
that shit.
10, I don't think it's 9 times out of 10 though.
All right, we'll give it an 8. But
I would say six
motherfuckers
point
stay.
seven
They
five.
no, they may stay for a moment. It may end in the end, but they gonna stay.
I
But
have. Mm, go ahead. I'm
at the
sorry.
same time, no, at the same time, I mean that shit recollect it with a lot of motherfuckers.
Resonated.
It resonated. There you go.
Yeah, that's
I'm
correct.
Um,
sorry.
um.
I'm sorry. That's
Oh,
that Jack
Jesus
Daniels.
Christ.
That's that Jack Daniels speaking.
Oh yeah, you very
No,
articulate
Jameson.
and
No,
intelligent. But
Jameson. Jameson.
uh, some of our grandmothers or have done that dumb shit. So yeah, stayed with a baby, 3 babies, like an idiot. But at the end of the day,
But see,
mm,
That got a little personal.
I can see here it goes. And you may look at me. That's because we are Europeanized. Because at the end of the day, when we were in our natural state, that was the norm. The chief, the king, he had a contraband. So that was normal. And the fact of the matter is, this shit happens because we're not in our normal element. And that's why shit like this happens. Not
So
for
if
me
we
per
were
se.
in a natural habitat, this would not occur. Is that what you're saying?
Facts.
Supreme
Because
Rainique, is that you? No, I'm just.
no, no. I'm just saying, like, no, I just been on a whole like one thing that I've heard before I chimed in and came in on the PNB Rock, like it's a lot of lies that's being told. Even like Ali was talking about the Little Mermaid. It's a lot of truths that we don't have about our original culture. Even a simple fact that, like I say, Aboriginal, we are the original people of this land. So before we were Europeanized and all the Europeans came over, that shit was not an issue because it was no monogamous type shit going on. Like it was polygamy, and that's just what it is. But in this fucked up song, yeah, when you want to be monogamous and you trying to be committed and you go out and you do some shit like that, yeah, you better just be honest, right, point and blank, because shit, you can look at the Kirk and Rashida situation on Love and Hip Hop. The nigga had a side chick, got her pregnant, and what happened? Rashida stayed, and they raising that kid.
that shit was so funny because hey, when that shit came out and they kept on blasting that one scene when she was in the Jeep with this nigga and she was like
Right.
put it on him, make him want to marry me. Like this nigga was looking like, nah, bitch. Like Nah, bitch. Like I'm trying to get this bag. Like I don't want you because your pussy's trash. It's a bitch on 23rd that got the best pussy in the world.
Wow.
Like, he was not feeling that song at all.
Low key, nobody was. It's just funny, especially the way that she says Mary.
Mhm.
If everybody would have been feeling it if it was for real. Like if Rashida had, uh, I can't say amazing, but I'm gonna say, if she had, you know, um, decent pussy, grade A pussy, he wouldn't have had that look on his face. He had that look on his face like, bitch, I had better. Like,
I don't even know how it came to. My bad for putting Rashida in all this, but it's a fact. It's just
we
a
take
fact.
lefty.
And
That
I'm
was
It's
like,
just a
well,
fact.
that was
Like,
a left.
how did
But I'm gonna get
Rashida get
on.
in?
Excuse me. Let me turn back around and get to Confessions. Confessions is a real toxic song. Like everybody pointed out, like that's crazy for you to hear, that the person that you're involved with is having a baby with somebody else, and like everybody pointed out, like this has been going on for years,
years.
and you know, it kind of gets swept under the rug how much this really does happen.
It does.
Yeah, I can agree with
But
that.
why does it happen, Lily?
It
I'm gonna ask
happens.
you personally, because
Me
you know,
personally, I think it happens nowadays because, excuse me, I don't think a lot of men are honest with their transitions, and I can only talk from my experience. I know one of my grandfathers had a whole family on the side, and the thing was my grandmother knew, and my grandmother was just like, "Don't bring that shit to the house." And like he acknowledged that he didn't bring it to the house, and that's why we didn't know about him for years, because he told her what it was. She went for it, and we didn't know about them until I was maybe in fucking high school.
that's a dangerous situation.
You know,
Well, see, my grandpa did the same thing, except my grandma was cool with his kids, and they was up at the house chilling. They still are aunts and uncles, but we don't see them at all. I've never seen these people before in my life, and I think they are about to start trying to come around now because they getting old. But yeah, so it is some dum dums that will do that.
yeah,
Yeah, see, my grandma was the side, so my daddy was the side baby. So
Mm.
I
yeah,
ain't even gonna lie. I think one of my grandmas honestly was the side. Um, but you know how she tell it. It ain't like that.
But
But she did
here,
have kids with a, you know what I'm
that's
saying, with
where it goes
another
to what I
dude.
just said. It's the language that we use with this side thing, and that's because, like I said, it's the whole dude. Motherfuckers want to talk about the Bible. I'll bring up the Bible. If you look up the Bible and before the New Testament, the king had a contraband of women. Like, it's fucked
Not
up the
all, but
way it
most.
is.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? As fucked up as it is, it's like we are outnumbered as men. And that's the situation that ends up being at hand. I can per se, I can say personally, I ain't have that situation. Close. That's why I recollected with this song, because it was a fucked up situation. I was on some sleaze shit and all that shit. And but at the same time, it's like as you get older, you got to be more honest. And when you start being honest, it's like, dude, if I'm not getting what I'm getting at home, then yeah, I'm going to play the field. Period. Point blank.
Yeah, that's the thing. And this is gonna be me being getting on my vulgar shit. I just really think, at one point you got to be really, really aware and honest with your partner, and you got to tell them like, I be wanting to fuck for real, and if you ain't trying to
For
fuck,
real.
you know what I'm saying? If you ain't trying to fuck, then I'm gonna find somebody to fuck. Like I only reason why I say that because I be honest with mine. Like, so
Facts.
I know what I'm
On
saying.
the same page, bro.
Yeah, I ain't never cheated on Jasmine. I love Jasmine to death. I ain't never cheated on her. But if it was a situation where I felt like I was lacking, she know. Like I always have conversations with her. Like, hey man, get the fuck out of here. Like we ain't did this in a minute. I need this shit. Like so you got to start being honest. And if they don't want to do it, you got to let them know like this shit's got to be done. This is uh, people got to realize like if a nigga wake up and his dick is hard, that means that nigga still know what I'm saying? That nigga still want to move that dick somewhere. Same thing with a woman. Like I ain't even gonna push this all on us. I'm gonna say with a woman, you
No,
can't be
that's a
with a
fact,
woman
Lily.
like then I'll fuck her like maybe once every Saturday. Like that. Some women ain't into that. Some women want dick all the fucking time, and you need to be aware of your bitch. I hate to be vulgar like that, but I just keep it 100. You got to be aware.
Mm.
You got to be 100 with each other. If y'all not 100 with each other, then there's no reason for y'all to be with each other.
Facts.
I don't think that's all. Like, I don't think that's everything. Like, you could be doing everything, and people still do what they want to do. So,
That's a fact too, Lindsay. That's a
yeah.
fact too.
That was funny. He's like, I
That is
don't think.
definitely a fact.
You
I
crack me
know
off with that.
what's crazy is I know all
Before you
sides of
disagree.
everything that everybody's saying. I know all sides of the shit, and that's why this song in particular is like, damn, it's fucked up. But at the same time, is it really fucked up?
Yeah,
Cause
it is. It is
No,
because
it's
it
fucked up.
is. It's fucked up because the girl, it ain't like the girl was like, well, all right, she knows nothing and you springing this information on her and you was
Right.
raw dogging somebody. So, yeah.
see,
Right. Because
and that's the
it
thing
wasn't like,
too. You
yeah,
gotta
it
be
wasn't.
responsible. And I tell my sons this all day. Hold on, let me close the door. I got this train coming. I tell my sons all the time, if you have sex, be prepared to be a father if you're not protecting yourself. And maybe that's why, like, I got one baby mama, even though that shit is like I got four. But still, you got to fucking protect yourself. If you're gonna do what you're gonna do, fucking take the responsible aspects of it. And
So
that's just what it is.
she was the only one you was leaving it in on.
Oh God,
At the,
my poor Wendy's
unfortunately.
lemonade. It
I,
almost.
I wish I didn't, but yeah,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah. I'm just hey man, I'm me, so I'm gonna be 100. She
Oh,
was
I
the one you
appreciate
was
that,
leaving it
Lily.
in on.
That's why I chime in when I chime in, because I notice you the only male on the thing, so I try to jump in when I jump in.
But we don't
But
never
I
we don't
appreciate
never
when you
one
jump
two
in, my
punch
nigga.
Lily either. For him to be the only male, he don't never get just like
Right. It ain't
you
no
know what I
male
mean?
shit. Like,
I feel it. Like I said, I'm a fan of the show. I watch it.
I know,
I'm
I ain't.
always on it. I'm always in tune to everything. But like I said, like with this song in particular, he fucked up. He should he should
He
have
just wasn't
protected
meant.
himself. He got a little too excited, probably pulled it off or whatever the case may be. But yeah,
See, look, look,
you should
look,
have been
look,
more
y'all.
responsible.
Now listen to me, and then I'm a daddy because we press kind of for time. Um, if you listen to Confessions, you hear how it got to the point where he got that baby.
Right.
On that's what it's made for. That's the girl he
Hmm.
creeping with.
yeah.
Yeah,
I was just
True.
listening to that today.
True.
Cause she
True.
told him like, take it off. And he basically was like, I don't know, it's gonna
What did I
feel.
just say, Bree? What did I just say? Niggas get too comfortable and they take the motherfucker off in the middle of the session, and then you got to think about the consequences of that action.
Lindsay, why you start laughing?
Hey,
Because of the
listen.
way you said it.
Sometimes,
Is that how you say it, Bree? You was like thinking of.
hey, I'm gonna keep it totally 100 with y'all. If pussy feel good to us in a condom, we
Oh, it's
taking
gonna
that
feel
condom
amazing
off.
when you take it
We
off.
taking that condom the fuck off. If we fucking abroad and pussy feels amazing with a condom on, we're taking the condom off. We gotta
So you
feel that
can
shit.
feel it with a condom on.
Sometimes, not all the time, but
Mm-hmm.
sometimes.
I don't understand why you got to take it off if it feels good with it
Because
on.
we gotta feel that for real.
Exactly.
Because we
Yeah.
gotta feel that for real.
I guess. All right.
Hey, it is what it is. I'm only telling you the truth.
I guess. I mean, feel it for real, but you feeling it. I don't know.
Yeah, like you're feeling it, but all right.
Hey, that's how I was when I was young. I'm at the age now where I'm just like, shit, I'm not wearing no goddamn condom. I'm glad I got a woman. Shit. 'Cause I'd be damned if my 39-year-old ass puts a condom on.
What's wrong? All right. I probably shouldn't ask this, but why not?
Man, cause fuck that shit. At this point, I got to the age where I fuck with bitches that
Oh shit.
before I was in a relationship, even in the relationship I am now, we got tested first.
Mm-hmm.
So we knew we didn't have nothing. I wouldn't even
Hey, I've
wear
been
no
on that
condom.
same shit too, Lily. I've been on that shit.
Yeah.
What's fucked up is I hate when you go get that test. They want to. Oh, well, were you exposed? Like, no, nigga, I just want the test. Like, what the
Exactly.
fuck are you talking about?
Exactly.
Maybe because they go have to go down a rabbit hole of other questions if you tell them yeah.
Maybe.
Because I have heard from people who go to the clinic and they do test positive for stuff that they have to go tell people that they've been with. Like they have to get a list of who they've been with, and then those people, and then like the caseworker or whatever, go and tell those people that they've been exposed.
Hey man, listen, that's a goddamn lie. No,
Wait,
they ask you to
Oh,
do
I
that
know
shit. That's
somebody that
not mandatory.
no,
hold on.
I think
I know
I
people.
like you said, Lily. I think it's mandatory. They gotta ask that
Hold
shit.
on.
Yeah, I know people that this happened to.
I worked at a STD clinic, Todd Hall, actually, right there on Truce.
Hmm.
And I don't know if they still do it, because that was years ago when I was a medical assistant. Um, but if you had something, you got walked into a room, because when I was training there, I had to do all aspects of the training. And them women was mad. Them Aboriginal women was pissed I was in that room,
Ooh, she said the
because they had to call
Aboriginal.
a couple a couple of different men's to let them know what was going on. The men had to do it too, and it depended on the disease. You got to make a phone call, and I think what it was chlamydia, because they said it's so non-symptomatic that people, it could be an issue. So yeah, they did make. I don't know if Tide House still does it, but I know they made a couple. They was making. They was doing it when I worked there. I didn't work there long. I think I worked there for about 3 or 4 months, but they was doing it when I worked there. So I don't know how it is now. I don't know, but then when I worked at a doctor's office and the people had STDs, they didn't make them call and tell them nothing. They partners. They suggested they should, but they didn't
Yeah,
make them do it.
Yeah.
I'm about to say because I know I went to Ty Hall. I was free and clear, so I was fine. But I know when I tested one time and I did have chlamydia. I had to clap. And they was
Yeah.
like, "Do you know who you been with?" I said, "Shit, I done been with a lot of bitches." So
Mm.
One
like,
thing, oh no, no.
ain't it
That's
One
even
thing I
probably
can say, I am proudly to say I've never had an STD in my life.
you probably said that verbatim too. I've been with a lot of bitches.
Never. No,
I, hey,
yeah,
man,
Lily, you,
I
not
Yeah.
me.
yeah.
I ain't saying
I
that.
was
But
fucking 19 years old, man. Like I was like, shit,
like,
I'm not,
and
I
that's
don't
the
know. Like
crazy
I've been
part
with a
that
lot of
what you
bitches.
just said, cause I was on my brothers like, cause they kept saying how they like, dude, y'all don't believe in condoms. Like, dude, come on now, you gotta be smarter than that, bro.
My thing, I was rocking condoms back then. Condoms was my
Lily,
thing back then.
I'm
And
It
I still
obviously
38
got
years
wasn't.
old. I'm 38 and never had an STD in my life.
But it
kudos to
obviously
you, my
wasn't
nigga.
though. It obviously wasn't, Lily. I'm gonna tell y'all a story. It's a person that I know that is gay, right?
Do I know him?
Yes.
Okay.
So he went to the clinic. He went to the clinic, got tested, and he found out he had syphilis.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So um so he they had to go through the motion. Who you been with? He only been with like two people at the time. And so they reached out to the people or whatever. The one of the guys that he was dealing with was HIV positive.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Mm.
Yeah. But he
That's
knew
a
ahead of
big
time.
blow.
He knew ahead of time. Like it wasn't like it was a secret or anything like that. He knew before he had any dealings with him, his status or whatnot. He is just, nowadays you can mess with people that are positive and long as you doing what you're supposed to do, you won't get infected. But
Yeah.
Yeah, they got that pill.
yeah,
Mm.
so the dude that's positive got mad and had an attitude and was mad at the dude that had syphilis for having syphilis. And it was just like, how you gonna be mad at me for having syphilis, dude? You're positive.
Like
Like
nigga, yeah. Like, hold on. Time out.
you
I
got
ain't
the
got nothing that's gonna knock the time off your life. Like,
right, like you got the holy grail of the shit. Like you won. You won.
yeah.
You gonna be
I
mad
guess
at me.
he felt like you knew about it and you gonna give me some extra shit knowing I got some shit. That shit on his lip
You
got
gave
some
me
shit on
extra
his lip.
sauce. I did not ask for extra sauce, but
Look,
yeah,
that shit on his lip got some shit on his lip.
yeah, dude. Yeah. All right, so yeah, so that was Confessions, part 2 by Usher.
Man.
Do we have any final thoughts, DJ?
Well, while he get himself together, let me do my
Yeah.
final thoughts real quick.
Okay.
My final thought is this, because y'all know I'm always gonna say it. Tomorrow, Sunday, you can't make it to somebody's church. Whatever your case may be, I just want everybody to stay prayed up because as we see, I'm going to always give the reality. Having money does not make you exempt from tragedy, whether you caused it or not. So stay prayed up, get yourself right with, you know, make your rights wrong as best as you can. Try to be a good person. Um, you know, and I think we had a good show. That's it.
Yeah. DJ, you have any final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Always be conscious of your surroundings. Never take life for granted because it can be taken away at any point in time. And you know, you got to protect yourself in every form or fashion, even with the fucked up song of the day. Because you never know what anybody out here may get. So my final thoughts is, like Bree said, stay prayed up, stay in tune with the Most High, and don't be on no bullshit. As long as you stay positive and on some positivity shit, you gotta know that life is gonna play in your favor. So with that
Yeah.
said, hey, do your best, and as long as you're doing your best, can't nobody say shit about you.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have no final thoughts. So, Lily, take it away with Jerry's final thoughts.
Okay. Jerry's final thoughts. I might stare away from what we have talked about so far, but I want to get into this. Words are powerful. The things that people say, and the things that you say, and the things that you write down, um, do get manifested in real life. Um, I'm starting to see a trend of things happening to people, like when folks will write down on social media that your opposites watching, and you know um, uh, niggas is easily touchable. This is for real. You People are putting words out here like it doesn't have meaning, and it really does. I want everybody to recognize that, um, from the simple trash man to the president of the United States, every last one of us have haters, and so we have to watch what they say, and we have to watch how we move. Uh, I think that will help us in the future events that are going to happen in our lives and are going to make us or break us. So I just want everybody to be aware of that. Like, real shit. Words do have meaning. That whole thing, sticks and stones to break my bones, but words have never hurt me. No, we're in a generation where sticks and stones don't mean shit to a nigga. Words really get niggas killed.
Yeah.
So we really got to be mindful of what we say about certain people and what we do, um, when it comes to this whole atmosphere of voices and attitude and what we say about individuals. And if we do that, I think we'll get a clearer understanding of how we're supposed to grow as individuals. And as always, take care of yourself and others.
All
Real
right.
talk.
Lily, thank you for that. DJ, always a pleasure you coming on the show. And
Always.
this is episode 59 of the Ish We Talk, and we will see you next time for episode 60. Thanks. Bye.
Exactly.
Salute.